My name is Marla Becking, and I teach English in the foundation program at the College of the North Atlantic, Qatar. So one challenge that teachers have is it gets boring asking questions, boring for both the instructor and the students. And also, when you ask questions to a large group, not everyone gets a chance to answer. So especially because I teach English, I want everyone to give an answer and use their English. So the basic technique I use is called think, pair, share. And the basic premise of this is you ask an open-ended question or a question that could have many different answers, and you give students time to think about it. After that, you put them in pairs. There they get a chance to articulate their answer with a partner, and they can change their minds about what they said, they can modify what they said, but usually in this part they compare their answers and come to one solid answer that they agree on to share with the class. And then of course the third part is share, where the instructor asks one of the partners to share with the whole class. So in this way, everyone gets a chance to give their opinion and to practice English and to be heard. I like this a lot because it's a great framework to work with, think, pair, share. So how I modify it is because I teach English, I want students to speak more, to think more about their answers. So in the think stage, sometimes I give a shorter time or a longer time. I'll say you have 30 seconds or you have a minute, or I'll modify the task as well. I'll say, okay, you can only write vocab words that will help you give an answer, or you can only write cohesive devices that will help you give an answer. So I ask the open-ended question, they all get a chance to think and make notes if that's the task. And then when they're in pairs, they could come to a conclusion, to an answer together. But what I like to do sometimes is say, okay, listen to your partner and write down the 5 vocab words that you heard, or write down the 5 cohesive devices that you heard. So it's a challenge, a listening challenge as well as a speaking challenge. And then sometimes I don't want them to come to an agreement. I want them to each have their own opinion, and I want them each to share it. So when I get to the share stage, I ask A, tell me what B said. And there's a chance for A to use reported speech, to summarize, to use synonyms, to paraphrase what their partner said. So they are, and also shows they understand what their partner said. So it's just a wonderful opportunity for everyone to use language again, to reformulate if they made errors. So that's why I really like think, pair, share. Now, of course, as I've described it, it works wonderfully in the face-to-face classroom. It's a joy in the face-to-face classroom because you can set a buzzer for the timer, you can, use different ways. And plus, when the students are in pairs, the teacher can monitor and kind of eavesdrop. And as a language teacher, take that opportunity to note down any errors I hear. So then at the end of class, I could do delayed error correction. So I'm not like stopping the student at the time and saying, hey, you made that mistake. Later on, we bring up the mistakes that I heard in the class, and it's not targeted at any student, but everyone benefits from that. Also, I like the sharing part because it just brings a vibe to the class. So I do this face-to-face almost every class, and students come to expect it. Okay, teacher, what's the task for the think, pair, share? Are we listening for words? Are we listening for cohesive devices? So they anticipate it, and they want to speak, so it's just wonderful. Online, it's a little different, and what I do is I use the breakout rooms in Zoom, so that's how I pair the students in the pair stage. But what I do in Zoom is you can, in the breakout rooms, you can move a student to another breakout room. So I'll say, okay, now you have a new partner. So just to keep the momentum going, because it is a little more challenging on Zoom to get everyone involved. But what I really like about Think, Pair, Share, it's engaging, everyone gets involved, everyone has an opportunity to speak, and most students who usually don't speak take this as an opportunity to speak.